Welcome everybody. Daya Yahipi. Today our lesson is going to be on the alphabet, Dakota alphabet. Let's go ahead and jump right in here. Ah. So the first letter Ah. A lot of us might be used to how the English alphabet goes, where we have names for our letters A, B, C, D. If people are familiar with other languages, a lot of other languages, they don't have a name for the letter. They just say that sound. And so that's how Dakota is. If we say our alphabet, it's going to be ah, ba, ja, cha, cha, things like that. So as we move forward, um, that's how we're going to name the letters. So ate, the example for ah, ate, ate. So when I give my examples for the nasals, I like to say, if you're going to say it with a regular N, you'd say on, right? On, like you're turning on a light switch. If you could say on without touching your tongue to the roof of your mouth, on, you kind of breathe out when you say it, on, that's how you pronounce this letter, on, the nasal. The example for this one, on petu, ba, ba, bosni, bosni, cha. So in Dakota, the C's are always going to be the cha sound. Whenever you see someone write in Dakota, even if it has a marking, if it doesn't have a marking, it's going to be the cha sound. Chepa, chepa. Another example is a little bit softer. Jonana, jonana. Chepa, jonana. Cha, cha. So this is our first letter that has what they call a glottal stop. A glottal stop where you break in between the sound of the letter and the next letter. Cha. Michichu, michichu. That's an example of this one. Michichu. So it takes some practice to get these ones down. Da, just like in English. Dakota, da. Eh. So different people are going to pronounce this letter differently. Some people say A, some people say eh, like I do. Really, that's up to your personal experience and the way you've heard it, the way you use it. Epe, epe. Ga, ga, ga. So we went over this word the other day in class. Ga, ra, ra. So this is our first guttural. Again, we've talked about gutturals during class, but these are some of the letters that you're gonna probably have to practice the most to be able to pronounce. Ra, ra. So the example, let me just backtrack for here. The examples I like to use for ra would be like ropa. Ropa means to snore. Ropa. Ha. Hayetu. Hayetu. Ha. So the difference between the G, ra, and the H, ha, is like where you say it in your throat. So I like to say, and someone kind of pointed out for me years ago that the G is from lower down, ra, ra, and the H is from higher up, ha, ha. H is a lot easier to say, in my opinion. Jota, jota. I, ina, I, ina. I. So the same thing, I. When we get to these nasal ones, if you're gonna say like in, but say it without touching your tongue, I, in. Not really in, but in or something. In. Ia, ia, in. Ka, kute, or maku. So we have a couple different examples of the K2. And some alphabets you see, they're gonna have these letters marked. But in my opinion, they don't really need to be marked. A lot of letters in English have many, many different sounds. When we read them, we just read them. And in my opinion, when people learn the other alphabets where they're all marked differently, it's really inconsistent also. And when you go back and think about it, you're trying to think, well, which K, which P, which, and so for me, when I write it, I don't mark it. A lot of times when I teach it, I'll teach the difference, but when I'm writing them, they're not marked realistically. So the first example of ka, kute, kute, and the second example, maku, maku. So it's a little softer. The first one, kute. The second one, maku. Ah, so another glottal letter, ah, ku, maku. So the difference between the last maku or maku, maku is like my chest, right? This one, maku, with the glottal, maku, like give me that, maku. So, ku, to give, ku, ma, mi be, ma, mi be, na, ni te, na, ni te, o, ob, o, ob, pa, pa, pasu, or the second example, papa. So again, another one of those letters where you have a couple different ways it's used. Pasu, the harder one, pasu, and then the softer one, papa. It's kind of in between a P and a B. Papa. Ah, ah. So we're getting back another glottal letter here. Ah, eh, eh. So for us is sharp. And I know for these examples, I'm really exaggerating the sound of them. But that's so everybody can hear and kind of understand how to use it. Like I've pointed out before in class, when you are actually using them in sentences, the letters are all just a little bit softer. They're brought back a little bit. Sa, siha, sa, siha, sha, shunka, sha, shunka, ta. Again, we have another word with a couple different examples. So the harder version, and this first word actually has both of the uses in it. Tate, tate, and the second one, due. So the harder version, tate, tate, and then the softer version, due, due. You kind of pop it out there. It's in between a T and a D. Due. Eh. So another example of a glottal letter, eh. And the example here, the word eh. So this is one of the very few words that actually uses this T, but it's a common word. Eh. We'll go over them all in the future. Eh. U. Upan. So just again, explaining the sound here for practice. U. Whenever you see this U, it's the U sound. U. Upan. Upan. So again, if you're gonna say, to say the nasal, of a trick that I learned over the years, just what I feel like makes it easier for people learning. If you're gonna say un, like you're gonna say it with a normal N, un, and then say that without touching the tongue to the roof of your mouth. Un, un, uncana, uncana, wa, wata, wa, wata, ya, yute, ya, yute, za, zapta, za, zapta, ja. So this one, again, it's marked like the sh sound and some of the gutturals. Ja is like a French J, right? That's how people explain it, like a French J. Ja. Some people spell it with a J when they're writing. Jo, jo. So the ja sound, ja, jo, jo. So next we're gonna go over a review of the animals. So can anybody remember how to say this one? Pte waniapi. Pte waniapi. And for the rest of these, I'll just give a couple of seconds after it comes up. If you can remember it, shout it out. If you don't remember it, I'll follow up there after a sec. Wichata, wichata. Shungtokja, shungtokja. Zicha, zicha. Kukushe, kukushe. Tatanka, tatanka. Shunwaka, shunwaka. Pusida, pusida. Shunrida, shunrida. Shunka, shunka. Washdedo. Next, we're gonna go over a review of the colors. So again, the color will come up, and then after a few seconds, I'll go ahead and say the name. See if you can beat me to it. If you can't, no worries. That's why we're reviewing. That's why we're practicing. Jota, jota. Z, Z. To, to. Shazi, shazi. Chanson, chanson. Toto, toto. Stan, stan. Ska, ska. Ri, ri. Sapa, sapa. Sha, sha. Washdedo. So for the next thing, we're gonna go over numbers another time. So Wanji, Numpa, Yamini, Dopa, Zapta, Shakpe, Shakoi, Shahdoga, Napchiwaka, Wikjemina. So one more time, Ake Eapo, Wanji, Numpa, Yamini, Dopa, Zapta, Shakpe, Shakoi, Shahdoga, Napchiwaka, Wikjemina. So let's see if we'll do a review here of our first lesson. So again, I'm gonna bring up the sentence. I'll give you guys a few seconds to say it, and then I'll go ahead and say it. So what is your name? How do we say this in Dakota? Dokid Inichiapihe. What is your name? Dokid Inichiapihe. My name is. Emakiapi. Arthur Emakiapi. Hello, my relatives. How Midakiapi. And for our female viewers, how Midakiapi. Hello, my relatives. How are you? Dokid Yaun he. Dokid Yaun he. How are you? I'm good. Washte Waun. I'm good. And so that's it. That's the end of our slide. Wopida Ochicheke. It was good to see everybody. Thank you and dope shot.